Hey guys, welcome back to the Potted Together podcast. My name is Nicole and I'm joined by Adam and Becca. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, we're back.
We're back after a little teeny tiny break. Well, for you guys, it really wasn't much of a break. It was like a week, but for us, it was like a month.
Yeah. We had spring break. That's what we're calling it.
Yeah.
That's what we should call it. I don't think we decided that, but we should call it that because it was just a week in the middle of spring.
Yeah.
Boom.
It was a fun little break. Today, we're going to be talking about some plants that we have misjudged. And this was actually a request sent in by one of our Potted Together fams. I can't remember who sent it, though. Do you know, Becca?
I don't remember. It was through DM on Instagram.
Okay, well, thank you. You know who you are, and we're taking your idea and we're rolling with it. I think it's going to be a fun topic. But first, we have to catch up and mustard because it's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
Yeah. Also, should say if you guys hear us talking and you're like, oh, I wish they would talk about this. Like, this would be really cool. Send us a DM because we've gotten a few really good recommendations through DM. And they've been some of my favorite episodes, and it's what you guys wanted to hear. So if there's any, like, I don't know, any topic that you guys think would be fun, let us know.
Yeah, give us the help.
Yeah, because we need it, because we struggle. But and also, if you've already sent one in, we have a list. So more than likely, we'll get around to it because we have this list going. So
yeah. End of the second half of the season, I think is always a bit of a struggle because we're like, what do we talk about?
Yes,
we want to keep chatting, but it's like, okay, we have to have a plant topic and then we can chat.
If you sent in a request like years ago, just consider it the macrame video. It ain't happening, sis. All right.
It's done, baby.
It was too scientific, and that's just not our brand, okay?
No,
that's not us.
There's been a few that have been sitting on our list for like 2 years probably. It's like the environmental impacts of soil. We're like, no, we're never going to talk about that. I'm sorry, we're just not.
We'll leave it on here so we could feel important, but we're probably never going to talk about that.
It's an aspirational episode.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of updates, so I really kind of want to sit back and listen to your guys because Adam pretty much traveled the fucking world, and and Becca had a lot of some life-changing things going on. So buckle up, guys.
Buckle up. Who should go first?
Yeah,
the
Nicole.
good or the bad?
You gotta pick.
Oh, I gotta pick? Okay. Adam, I want to hear about your cruise. I really, truly do.
You know, I still feel like when I get home from a vacation, I like have a decompress time. And then now it's like, what did we do on the cruise? Like, why does my brain like forget so quickly?
Yeah. Same.
Could be the weed. I don't know.
Happy 420. We're recording this on 420.
Oh my gosh, it is 420. Did you guys celebrate?
I did not. It's 11:45 a.m., ma'am.
Okay, well, you work from home for yourself. Like
I do.
And you got the cramp damps, so you know all the reason.
Maybe I'll chew a gummy later. Maybe.
The cruise was really fun. The ship we were on, it was a celebrity ship. We really enjoyed it. I say, I know this is going to sound bratty or ungrateful. I promise you that I'm not either of those things. But 11 days might have been too long. It might have been like 2 or 3 days too long. And I'm just like,
really?
I just want to get home. I'm a creature of habit.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still really enjoyed it. It was really cool to see the Panama Canal. I saw wild flamingos, like flamingos in the wild.
Oh my God.
So
awesome.
Cool. So much cool snorkeling on, it was Bonaire, Aruba. We didn't Aruba, we rented the Jeep and just drove around, and that was insane too. That was really fun.
Yeah. Did you like Aruba?
Oh my gosh.
I wanted
Yes.
to hear.
There's so many things that I'm just remembering now. So Aruba, we did the Jeep. We drove, they said not to take it off-road. And Steve kept saying when we were driving, I was like bouncing around, hitting the ceiling kind of like, and Steve's like, well, it still shows as a road on the map. So we're technically not off-road. And I was like, we're going to be rolling up to this car place and one of the tires is going to be popped and like just squeaking along. And it'd be like, we didn't take it off road.
When I went to Aruba with my sister, my mom, and Ted, and we rented a Jeep and we went off-roading because we went all the way down by the ocean, like on the beach.
The Atlantic
like
side, like the big waves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So maybe we weren't supposed to do that, but it was freaking so much fun. I think I was like 18 years old. We had a blast.
It was really fun and it was beautiful. But Aruba is a lot like Phoenix, like but you know, it has an ocean, like it's a desert.
Yes.
It's got, you know, cactus. It's arid. Some of the views, it was like, this looks like I'm hiking in Arizona, but we jumped into, there's like a part on the Atlantic side of the island where there's like these ruins that they don't really know where they came from, which by the way, how do you not know where a ruin comes from? Like,
yeah.
They were like, we don't know.
Your island is like so big. Like, research that shit.
But there's this little place next to it called Cave Pool. And it's like a little pool inside where like, whose birds are making noises?
That's mine. I thought it was coming from you guys, and I'm like, the bird song. Should I close my window, or is that going to be annoying?
Oh no, it's all right.
Yeah.
If you hear a bird, then you hear a bird. When you're not talking, I could cut it out, so it's fine.
Okay.
And my dogs are barking now.
It was kind of nice though. I kind of enjoyed it. It was like very peaceful.
Yeah, I like having the windows. Today's like a really nice day, so I have the windows open and it just feels so good. It's cloudy and like 75 degrees, which is great.
Perfect.
Perfect. So that was like this pool that's created because the waves crash into these rocks, but it was like, you know, tucked under this like it was a cave basically on the side of the ocean. And so you could jump off these rocks into the water. The water was crystal clear, so we did that. But then there was like lots of crabs in there, which I do love eating crab, but like seeing them in situ, like in the wild,
yeah,
they're gross.
They're
and I know
creepy.
people call them the spiders of the ocean, which okay, whatever, or whatever, I don't know. But they're a little creepy to watch them run. Like
yes,
they scurry away. Oh. But damn, those legs taste so good. Oh.
Yum. Yum.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, Aruba was really cool. Bonaire was also beautiful. We rented a golf cart and drove around that entire island. And Curacao, we swam with sea turtles.
So cool.
I mean, honestly, it was a dream. But then that fucking sea snake, y'all.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I can imagine.
Did I send you the video where you can hear me scream through my snorkel?
No. I just saw a photo.
We have to put that on Instagram.
We do.
Because I was just like, oh, swimming with the turtles. And then I see it and I just went,
I'm writing this down.
Was it an eel or a sea snake?
Well, I don't know. It moved like a snake and that's all I needed to know.
Yeah.
To be like, get the fuck out of here. It was, and a lot of people, when I posted a picture of it, they were like, you need to be careful. Those things can be hella venomous. But then I Googled like sea snakes, Curacao, and it seems like it's a type of eel, but it moved just like a snake, you know?
Yeah.
It was just all over. And I was
slithering through the water.
It was
You were
so
out of
gross.
there.
I wasn't out of there because I was like, nothing is going to ruin this turtle for me.
Oh, okay.
It was like I took 2 seconds to look at some turtles and then I looked right back to make sure it was still in the same spot. Because if that thing swam up next to me, dead, I would die. I would literally die. It was.
How deep was that? Was it like, could you touch the ground or were you swimming?
There were points where you could touch the ground, but I kind of got out to where, so it was probably like 6, 7, 8 foot.
Okay.
And it was staying towards the bottom. But the sea turtles. Literally.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So it looks different when you're seeing it through video and pictures because really they feed them there and that's why they're there in Curacao. So there was people like, because it's like that was like the fisherman's area. And there's people just like chopping the shit out of some fish on near the dock and then throwing all of the parts of the fish that they didn't want into the water. So like when I first was there, I didn't really think about that, but I was like, the water is getting a little cloudy over here where all these turtles are. And then I was like, and then so I kind of swam away. And then when I was taking a break and realized that they were chopping up fish and throwing the organs and chunks that they didn't want into the water, I was like, this is the same shit they do to get sharks to come by your cage. And then I was
chumming the water.
I was like, is there
high
sharks?
alert because I mean, well, I think it's because of climate change, but more and more sharks are making their way to shore, which is so scary.
Yeah.
Like people got to be careful.
So didn't see a shark. That's good. But
that is really good. I think chumming the water is like widely, because we swam with sharks kind of in a cage and it's like really frowned upon to do it. So
I think it's illegal.
Yeah, it's super frowned
in some places. Yeah.
I don't think that they're definitely not supposed to do it. Although when we went, I think maybe they were doing it a little bit, but not a lot.
You know, it kind of makes sense because like you're messing with the ocean, you know? Like, ooh. And hold on. And sea turtles eat like organs of fish? Like, ew.
I know, they're so cute, but they were chomping on the weird stuff,
They're chomping. They're so fast, aren't they? The first time I ever saw a sea turtle swim, I was like, what? It's very fast.
Well, and the thing is, you're supposed to stay 10 feet away from them, which I was trying to, like, I was respecting but they were swimming like right up to me. And I was trying to swim away. There was one, I think I have a video clip. I haven't reviewed it yet, but I thought he was going to attack me. And there was a moment where I'm like, do sea turtles attack humans? Because like they were like swimming by each other and I had my GoPro, which had like a bright orange thing around it because it's like a floating case.
Yeah.
And he like turned his head and he saw it and I'm like filming him and he just starts swimming at me and he gets like real close and then I'm like using my arms and I'm like trying to like back away because I'm like, is he gonna bite me?
Well, because like snapping turtles aren't the same thing, right?
No. Those are terrifying.
Nasty.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it was Curacao was nice. The ABC Islands, that was a dream.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like they were one right after another. So after those 3 days, I'm like, I need a break. Like, because I don't know, we go hard when we get to a port that we've never been to. It's like we have to do everything. Like Bonaire, we rented a golf cart and they had like 2 loops of the island, a north loop and a south loop. And they were like, people usually just do one of them. And I was like, we're doing both. We're going around the whole island. But then the golf cart like literally goes 25 miles an hour. There was a lot of anxiety of like, are we going to miss the ship? Like, are we going to get back in time?
Yeah.
But we did. We were fine.
Yeah.
Panama Canal was really cool to see. We went through a few locks, then sat in the lake.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So that was fun. So all in all, it was a great trip. There was this part of the ship, the back of the ship called Eden, that just had so many live plants. I have a reel that I've filmed that I'm going to post to Not Dude. Because it was so cool. There was like fiddle leaf figs. Of course, there were some mealies. I spotted those right away. I was like,
there you go. Get the alcohol.
But it was gorgeous. And then they had a lot of botanical drinks in there in that bar, like really kind of fancy, like apple drinks and fig drinks. And it was really neat.
You know what would be the coolest job is being the plant tender on a cruise ship. Because I bet you that could be a one-person job. I mean, if you're doing like installments, no. But if you're just tending to them, like you'd have something to do every single day, all day. I'm sure of it. Like watering, pruning, pest control. Yeah. That would be such a cool job. Who does it?
And why do I think that they don't have anybody specifically for that job? Like they'll probably... Do. Oh, they do?
Yeah, I saw a couple gardeners like walking around picking off like yellow leaves from the plants and putting them in their bucket.
Amazing.
That would be such a dream job. If I wasn't with child and married, that's probably what I would try to go do.
See, I think about this a lot, and I have said this before. Although the people I say it to on the cruise ship, they were like, haha, cute, but no. But I'm like, if I would have known, silly me graduating college being like, what the hell am I going to do in the middle of a recession? Because that's when the bubble with the private backed mortgages. Anyway.
Yeah, 07, 08.
Yeah. So had I known that there were opportunities like I know this sounds like really stupid, but below deck where you could just go be crew on a yacht for and just travel the world for a couple years. I don't know. Or work at the Disney internship program or work on a cruise ship. Like I just didn't even know that was a thing. But I've said that to a couple, even the crew, like our room steward in this last one, he was like, yeah, no, it's not fun. He was like, it's not
I'm sure
fun.
that there's things.
Plus, they're all the ships are flagged in foreign countries, so they don't have to follow U.S. labor laws. So I don't know how much they get paid, but still, like, just graduating college, when I started at where I work now, like my first salary was $18,000 a year.
Yeah.
With a college degree. So I'm like, I probably, I don't know why I loved them. That's why I stayed. But I was just like, little college me though, after coming from Toys R Us making like $6.75 an hour, I was like $18,000 a year.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's taken advantage of straight out of college. Like you just don't
totally.
You don't know enough. You don't have the experience of working with companies and you don't know your worth at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I had the same thing happen to me when I graduated. I was making good money in college being a server at the Ritz, but even it wasn't full-time wages. And then I went to be a teacher and I saw what they were going to pay me. Now I know that was horrible. But like I was able to save more than half of my paycheck because I was used to living off of nothing. So it's like, it felt like I was able to save like 10 grand in like a year, which I am not a saver. But it was like, it was insane. It was so easy.
Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, I can buy 10 grand more of electronics or gadgets.
Yeah. What is that called? Lifestyle creep? Is that what that's called?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either.
It's like when you start making more money, you think that you need nicer things, even though you don't. Yeah. But you just think, oh, well, now I can get a Mercedes Benz. I'm making all this money. But like, that's a funny thing. Like Daniel and I were talking about cars and I was like, I don't think I'd ever buy a luxury vehicle no matter how much I'm making. Because it's like, why? I like a Honda works great. Like I don't need a Mercedes. Okay. A Mercedes would be the only one I'd go for. I really like Mercedes. I generally really like the way they look. But then every time you have to get it repaired, it's like double the cost. You have to put the nice gas in it. It's like everything is more expensive for a car. Yeah. It's like, no, I like my Kia. Like, let's get into the Kia. I really love Kia.
Yeah, that's what I want to get is my next car, a Kia. I want to get like either.
I think I do too.
Yeah, there's the Kia Tucson. I really like that.
Oh wait, do you mean the Hyundai Tucson?
Oh, that's Hyundai. Never mind. Ignore that.
Oh, but Kia, same company, same.
Yeah, Sportage. Yeah. I really like the Sportage, but I wanted the bigger one, which is called. I don't remember.
But I don't know either.
Yeah, we've been looking at mom cars, like small SUVs.
Yeah.
Anyway, and Kia.
A minivan. Honestly,
hell no.
Love to have a minivan. Those are comfy AF.
That's what Daniel is saying. He's like, we could get a minivan now. I'm like, gosh. I'm not driving a minivan. He's like, I'll drive it. I'm like, no minivan. No, I'm not that mom.
She needs to be sporty mom.
But now that gas is over $5 a gallon here in Arizona again.
Is it?
What?
I am really wanting to invest
electric.
in not fully electric because I hate Tesla for reasons. But yeah,
like
a hybrid of some sort. Yeah. I mean, we need to. Like, that's where we need to move.
We do.
Toward.
We do.
But there's a lot of companies coming out with electric cars, so that aren't Tesla. So, I think the market will start getting saturated. Prices will start going down for those types of vehicles as research improves, and that'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of Tesla, did Elon Musk launch that rocket today and did it explode in the air? Or am I making that up?
No, he did, yeah.
Oh,
but no, it was unmanned. It was a test.
Yeah, I know that.
Of the first. Yeah. I really don't know how much he has to do with either of these companies. I think with Tesla, it's just he is a majority stockholder, and that's why he's in charge of it. Okay. But I really don't know if he has decisioning power to the extent that maybe others think.
And not even in SpaceX. I feel like he's like the forefront. And it's like,
I think he's the loudest voice in the room, but I saw a picture today where they were like in command center, and he just looks like he was given a chair to the side, and everyone's like, you sit here and you can be in the pictures, but we're doing the work over on these.
But shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh, billionaires.
Yeah, gotta love them.
You can't buy brains.
No.
You can't. If you don't got it, you don't got it. Yikes. Okay, so it was an 11-day trip?
Yeah, 11-day
cruise.
cruise.
And then you spent some time in Florida, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it was like 14 days.
Yeah, we did 2 days before the cruise in Florida and 1 day after the cruise in Florida, so.
Got it. Yeah. And you went to Perfect Choice.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous.
So pretty.
They had Aeroid greenhouses, I think, teamed up with Perfect Choice to like completely style one of the indoor areas, and it was like literally a paradise of albo monsteras everywhere. All of these were really expensive aeroids. Mm-hmm, also, like ones I never heard of, like Monstera, like what seems to me like marketing names. I was like, I've been out of the aeroid game a while, but I don't remember anything about this. It looked like a Monstera that just had I don't know. It was weird.
What was it?
I can't even remember now. I don't even know if I took a photo of it.
Was it like a version of the Thai constellation? I think you put it on your stories or something.
Oh, Monstera creme brulee.
What?
Which just looks like a different variegation. I'm sending you guys the video right now. It just looked like a different variegation pattern for an albo, like an albo and a Thai, like an albo with a Thai variegation pattern. But they called it creme brulee, and they were selling it for $750.
Oh no. There's so many like different
I mean, it's beautiful, but
types of what's it called? So many different types of albo variegated monsteras, like the Aurea. You guys know that one. Like,
yeah,
it just doesn't do it for me.
I saw that one for the first time when I was in Milwaukee, and I was like, "What is this?" Like, I felt the same way. I was like, "I've been out of the game for so long." I mean, I was never in the game. Let's be honest. I didn't know what shit was, but it was like, okay, that must be new. And it was like $500. I was like, okay, moving on.
I mean, that plant is pretty, but like I wouldn't spend that much to have just like a slightly different variation.
No, and I have never heard of Monstera creme brulee. It reminds me of what the Hoya people are doing to the silver lacunosas, and like lacanosa full moon, lacanosa moonshine, lacanosa silver mint coin. Mm-hmm. Well, Santa's asshole, like all of these things. I'm like, come on.
Santa's asshole.
Santa's snowy asshole. I have a Carnosa, and I had a Carnosa that was labeled a Carnosa Stardust.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's just crap?
Well, I don't know I honestly don't know if that's a cultivar of a Hoya Carnosa, or if it just had a splash pattern that looked like stars, and that's why they call it Stardust. I truly don't know, because I had that one too. But I mean, I'm like, some of the leaves of my heirloom Carnosa that have splash specks all over them look just like that one. So I'm like, I don't know if it's a cultivar or not.
I've had people like comment on videos I've done and be like, it's just a regular Carnosa with splash. And I'm like, okay, calm down.
Yeah, see, that's what makes me mad, because it's like, okay, well, I'm just giving you the name that I bought it as. And yes, that may not be right, but I'm labeling it as how I bought it. And until I'm proven like with absolute proof,
certainty,
I'm going to keep calling it that.
Yeah, same. Same. So fun though, but I can imagine that 2 weeks out of schedule away from home, it is a lot when you have like when you're a habitual person. You know?
Yeah. But still like really enjoyable. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound too like ungrateful, because I am really grateful that I was able to go on this trip and take it and all that stuff. But I missed my plants. I missed my kitties. Like,
Yeah. Did you lose any plants?
No, because Lydia came and took care of my plants. And since we basically do the same exact thing, I didn't even have to give her instructions. Like, honestly,
greatest.
Everybody needs a Lydia.
Yeah, I feel like the luckiest boy in the world. You just have somebody who just like, I don't even have to give you, just here's where the plants are. You know what to do.
What a dream.
That is really nice. Okay. I feel like vacations, the length that this will be for different people is obviously going to be different, but it's like you want to leave feeling like, oh, I wish we had one more day. And that's the threshold, because it's like if you stay longer than that, it's like, okay, this vacation, it's like leaves like a sour taste, even though you had an amazing time. It does sometimes just kind of make you feel like, I need a vacation from my vacation.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Usually for me, it's like I want to eat like normal food again. Eating out's great, but I can't do it 3 times a day for 14 days. Like it's
for sure.
Yeah. And, that's the thing with cruise ships is the food is just everywhere and it's so good. But then there's just like, okay, I need to stop eating like this because the pants I brought that fit me when I started the ship no longer fit very well. And I'm like, oh.
Wait, did you hear about this cruise that costs like, I can't remember how much it costs, but it's like 3 months long.
Yes. And they're wanting people like who work from home.
Yes, because it's ideal for them because there's like business areas on this ship where you could just pull out your laptop and like work from the ship.
Yeah.
But how much is it? Is it like $100,000 or something like that?
I felt like it was like 30,000.
Oh my God.
Okay, maybe you're right.
But
right.
That's all your food. That's everything.
Yeah, so for like 3 months.
You have to like sell your house, or like if you rent, like stop renting. But then again, like rent of what is like $2,000 for average, let's say.
It's definitely a lot of money, but like it's going all over the world.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun. The internet on this last ship, though, was the worst internet I've ever had on a cruise ship, and I was really frustrated with it. I bought the extra internet, like the premium internet, because I was like, okay, well, we have to post things on Instagram. It wasn't even letting me post a photo on Instagram stories. And a video took like 24 hours to even upload. And I had to keep my phone open on the upload where you saw the little wheel going. It was
that's annoying.
Infuriating. And I'm not the kind of person that's like, I need internet because I don't do anything other than like put stuff on social media. That's what Steve and I do. It was awful. I couldn't imagine trying to work from a ship like that. And it was the Starlink internet, which, is supposed to be like this new awesome thing for cruise ships that all have this Starlink internet because it's,
right
in the sky.
They put it on cruise ships, but they can't put it on my rural house.
I was going to say Becca's laughing internally.
Please.
And I'm sure that Starship actually Starlink is like great, but it was not great for, oh shoot. The neighbors are installing solar panels, and I'm so sorry if you can hear that.
Well, I was going to say it's the end of the days outside of my window right now. Like there's a massive storm rolling through. I apologize for any background noises in today's episode.
We do not record in a studio. Everybody should just be well aware of that. Like life is occurring around us.
Yeah.
I will do what I can.
Yeah. No, I've actually heard that Starlink sucks. No. I've heard that it's great. And also that it sucks. Like no middle ground. But we signed up like December 2020 and we put a deposit. And it's like, it was $100. It wasn't terrible, but that's still $100.
Yeah.
That we loaned them $100 for them to not come to our area. And like, we have tried so hard. We've called like all the like good internet companies around us. And we're like, is there any possibility that you're going to come out here? One of them is going just above us. Can you believe?
Come on.
Just above. I was like appalled. I'm like, you can't just bring the threshold down a little bit. And they're like, sorry, we've already made the zones. I'm like, we've been submitting online for years that we needed your internet here.
Unbelievable.
When you finally move, you'll hear that they put it in your area.
Yeah. That's exactly what's going to happen. Like, yeah, we're so frustrated with Missouri infrastructure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. So you're back home. You didn't lose any plans because Lydia is a literal angel. And what did the cats do? Were they nuts?
No, because I mean, my friend Zach was here. Hank's dad was here.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't here every single day, but for like the week before we got home, he was here the whole time, you know. Anywho, yeah, the cats were fine. They were just extra lovey-dovey. I did clean the house before we left, so I came back to a semi-clean house, which is always what I enjoy doing, but...
Yeah, same.
That was it.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
So...
How's life?
Listen, I'm gonna condense this because if you follow me on Instagram, you've been seeing. But Daniel, one fateful morning, 3 weeks ago at this point, I think.
Yeah.
He woke me up at 1 a.m. and said, "Hey, Becca, my stomach really hurts." And listen, there was something that came over me where I was not mad at him for waking me up because this man has done this before. Not to throw him under the bus. Yes. Or he'll just be like really like loud, or like, it's not that he's like, I'm going to wake up Becca, so I'm going to tap on her. And he says that he doesn't do this, but I'm like, okay, but that's what you were doing. He'll like lay there and he'll just be like, like he'll just like sigh. Like he'll just like move around a lot and make noise, and it wakes me up and I'm like, are you okay? And then he's like, my stomach hurts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
So like, he's done this before, and I had it in me to just be like, leave me alone, I'm trying to sleep. Especially because
when I get woke up, I'm bare.
I'm also a bear.
Me too.
Especially like a dead sleep. It was 1 a.m. So I had fallen asleep only hours before. But I don't know why, but for some reason I was just very calm, and I was like, okay, so explain your stomach ache. So he's explaining how it was hurting.
Show me on the doll where it hurts.
Yeah.
Show me on what, the elephant? What is the stuff? No, it's a bear. Show me on Barry where it hurts. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. And so he was explaining it to me, and I was like, okay, like, I was like, is it gas? Like, is there any possibility that you're constipated? Like, I don't know. We were just going through everything. And the pain was like super concentrated to right above his appendix, like on the appendix. And I was like, listen, you've been up for an hour. We've been talking about this for close to 30 minutes, and it's still very painful. So I think we should go to the ER. He's like, okay. So we go to the ER, 1 a.m. And it was very interesting. I mean, they pretty much immediately were like, yeah, he has appendicitis. I mean, everybody thought that. They're like, yeah, we think it's appendicitis, but we're going to do some tests just to double check. So they did some tests, and then they came back and they're like, yeah, you have appendicitis, and it's like, it's not going to burst right now, but we do need to get it out. So we're like scheduling you for an emergency surgery, like first thing in the morning. And at that point, it was like 5 a.m. when they finally got back to us. So he went in for surgery, I think at like 9. So he got admitted. And it was a really stressful and sad like 24 hours, because in my anxiety brain, I was like, I'm pregnant. If he dies, I'm alone.
Oh God.
I was like,
Oh,
that's
no.
where my brain would go.
yeah. I was like, do a sperm sample and we'll freeze it just in case. Like, my baby can't be an only child.
Real quick, can you drain him in this cup? I know you don't feel well, but you think you can?
Here's some magazines. I don't know. I got these from the room. Yeah. I'm joking, but you know, these like kind of irrational thoughts go through your head when you have anxiety, and then you add on top of that being pregnant. Like, this is my partner, this is my support system.
Yeah.
I was like, if he dies in this surgery, what's gonna happen? Like, I was so scared. And he did fine. Obviously, it's like an extremely routine surgery, so they took it out like laparoscopically and through his belly button, which was very gory looking. The belly button was black and yellow for a while. And yeah, he recovered like pretty well. And it did take him a while because he almost developed an abscess. Like, it was the beginning of an abscess, which is
What
just...
is an abscess?
It's basically like a ball of pus. It's an infection. Yeah, it's an infection. It happens like sometimes in surgeries. It's like a known risk. And they're like, it's super rare. Well, it's not super rare, but they were like, it's uncommon. So we don't expect it to happen, but it could. So just keep an eye out for these signs. So like a week after the surgery, he started showing signs, and we're like, great, back to the ER.
Oh gosh.
Poor guy really went through it. Like, he just has terrible luck health-wise here. Like, he's such a healthy guy, but just like random things happen, like the head injury, and then what was the appendicitis, and there was one between those two that I was like, what the heck? Like, oh, shingles. He got shingles. It's just so random. Like, what? How? This poor guy has the worst luck.
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at the situation. It's not funny.
It's okay to laugh. We laugh because we're just like, well, there's your one injury of the year, Daniel. Like, you used it up. Yeah, so poor guy, but he's back to work. He's doing a lot better, and you know, just kind of took care of him, and he's good now. So that was like a big thing, super anxiety inducing, even though it is such a routine surgery. It's just like anxiety inducing no matter what, surgery in general. But other than that, he's back to work. He's doing great. I am 28 weeks pregnant. I hit 28 weeks on Tuesday.
So exciting.
So that means that I'm in my third trimester and I'm 7 months pregnant. So for anyone out there who doesn't keep up with the weeks thing, because that confused the heck out of me prior to getting pregnant.
It is weird.
Yeah, it's 7 months. So
yeah,
you know,
the start of 7 months.
But it is confusing because then you would say you only have like 8 weeks left, but you don't, because 8 weeks would put you at 36 weeks.
Right.
So I have 12 weeks left.
So 3 months. So technically, people are pregnant for almost 10 months, or is that how that works?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Weird.
10 months.
Could you imagine being an elephant where it's 18
No.
months?
Fuck no.
The quickest no. No.
The
Please.
quickest.
Please.
Oh, no. Okay.
I don't even know why we have to be pregnant for 9 months. Okay.
I know.
Just like,
It's pretty wild, like, how cooked she is, though. Like, there's been several women, like, in the groups that I'm in who have had their babies already, like, prematurely, obviously. Like, they didn't want to have the baby this early. But
yeah,
they had them at, like, as early as, I think it started happening at, like, 25 weeks, which is so, like, I think viability is, like, around 24, like, most likely to live. And there was some women like up at 25 weeks, but a few more definitely now around 28 weeks. And just due to like certain things occurring, and like they show photos of the babies, and I'm like, it has a face, it has everything, like physically.
Yeah.
But
obviously
internally it's not done. So it's like on all these machines and stuff. It's like a pound or two, if that. And you can't bring a baby home until it's at least 4 pounds usually. So like weight wise. But anyway, it's just like insane looking at these photos and thinking that that's what's inside of me right now.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And like, she's so big. Like, I feel her kicking on both sides of my stomach. Like, you know what I mean? Like by the ribs and then by my hip bone on the opposite side. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's big. She's like stretching. Like, it's crazy. She's like, I don't know, 15 inches or something. Like, that's insane.
It's so wild, but so beautiful, but also so fucking weird.
It's
like,
so
it is
weird.
so weird.
But still beautiful.
That was the one thing I was like freaked out about the most, and I had the most anxiety around when I got to like 7.5, 8 months pregnant. I'm like, but where is she gonna go? Because I can't physically stretch any more than I already have.
And then you
like
do.
I couldn't, and then you do, and then you're like, oh, the body's an amazing thing, but this is fucking stupid.
It is absolutely crazy. Yeah, and I will say there's like definitely days where I feel extremely uncomfortable and like stretched out. And then there's days where I don't. And so it's just like, it's 2 days of really, really uncomfortable stretching and then like a week of being fine. That's how it's kind of been for like since the second trimester. So like my body like is growing and it hurts and then it accommodates and then I'm good again.
Yeah.
So, but like, man, there's been like several days like during those like stretch windows where like I was like up all night like groaning like ugh. Because like if I lay on my side it feels like my stomach's hanging and then it's just so heavy. It's just like so uncomfortable. But if I lay on my back like it feels heavy. Like,
do you have one of those like long body pillows?
I have like a back and belly support pillow. It's like the smallest of the pregnancy pillows. I didn't want to get like a huge one.
Yeah.
Just because I flip from side to side. I rotate the rotisserie chicken. So, yeah, it would be really annoying to have to like flip the pillow as well. And like, I don't know. Lately, I haven't even been using the pregnancy pillow because I already sleep with like an oversized teddy bear, which is, you know, I'm not embarrassed about it. Okay. I have an oversized teddy bear. His name is Barry. I just think it's hilarious. He's like the best pregnancy pillow that I could have, though. It's kind of funny because like I slept with Barry when I was like literally 10 years old. And now here I am 27 and he's my pregnancy pillow.
Oh, but then little baby.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Is going to have Barry. And
oh,
Barry
mercy.
was there. Oh, maybe not. Maybe, well, eventually at some point.
Barry's mine?
when she pries out of your cold dead hands.
Yeah, not even my husband could get Barry gone, and he has asked several times. He's like, "Is it necessary anymore?" I'm like, "It's necessary. Please, just leave me alone." He's like, "Well, like, what if you cuddled with me instead of Barry?" I'm like, "No."
You're like, now more than ever, he's necessary.
Barry doesn't.
No, I'm pretty sure Barry stinks. Like, I've had several people tell me, like, he smells kind of weird. And I've never noticed, which is super embarrassing. But anyway.
Yeah, toss him in the washing machine.
Yeah, he definitely needs a wash, like, every couple of months. And I do it once a year, maybe. He's, like, in great physical condition. Like, he's not ripped or anything like that, like, anywhere. So, like, I'm not worried. I just don't do it. Anyway, okay, that's so embarrassing. Way too much information, but
I love it.
But yeah, so just generally, oh, and this is something that I mentioned on Instagram, but I've been saying like, oh, we're going to be moving later this year, but now we're not. And I feel kind of silly for even bringing it up because plans have changed, not because of the baby, but just because plans changed. And I'm really happy about it because I have more time here. Like everybody was so worried about the greenhouse. Like, oh, you spent all this time building that and then you have to move. I mean, I always knew that I was going to move. I knew that I wasn't going to live here forever. And I like took on that risk. But now I get to enjoy it for another year. And I'm so happy about it. And it's it's almost done. Like for real. Like we're putting up the north wall and then like, it's already functional. I have plants in there. So it's just kind of like, you know, It's really exciting.
You're doing seeds in there, right?
Yeah, I'm doing seeds, and like the germination rate has been really bad because it got, it's been like cold at night still.
Yeah, I know.
Which was my mistake, but I just really didn't want to start them indoors and have to bring out my shelf and the lights. And
yeah.
So my germination rate was pretty bad, but things are starting to come up now, thankfully. But it's basically like I planted them outside. Like they're already, like I could put them outside like next week. So I might just direct seed like a ton of stuff. But
yeah.
Anyway, other than that, like, gosh, I don't know if there's really much else going on. I will say this, the baby moon that we are planning to go to the Dominican, it is a good thing that we canceled that. Well, Daniel had passport issues, and that's why we had to cancel it to begin with. Like, he put in for his renewal in January, and we still hadn't received it. And I was like, listen, like, we're not going to get it. So we have to cancel this trip, which sucked so much. And then we already paid for the trip, which was even worse. But we have a credit, so we can use the credit. But and it's a good thing that we canceled, though, because the day that we would have been leaving to go on this trip was the day his appendix thing happened.
Shut up.
Yeah. So either way, no matter what,
that.
we wouldn't have gone on the trip, no matter what.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The day we were flying out, it was like 1 a.m. that day we would have flown out. He woke me up and he was in surgery that same day.
Isn't that wild how shit works out that way?
Yeah. That's what we were saying. We're like, it just wasn't meant to be. Like, it was like really hard to plan it and get it all situated. And it just reminds me, like, if it's not going smooth and it's a struggle to even get the plans together, like, it's just not meant to be. I just really feel that way.
Me too. And we literally, it was the same thing with us, the same exact thing. Like, we had saved for this trip and then things just started happening. Like, we had to dump $5,000 into my car because, like, who can afford to buy a new car right now? Because new cars, like, it's so ridiculous what cars cost right now. And
$5,000?
That's horrifying.
Yeah, it was like $2,000 one time and $3,000 another time. And he's got an appointment to take this stupid fucking car in tomorrow again. And I have a feeling it's going to be something else because we still have a slow leak. I don't know where it's coming from. And now our heat and cooling, like, it goes on when it wants to go on. It's something with the electrical. And the electrical is always a problem. Like, it's always expensive because they got to take the whole car apart to get in there. Like, we looked up what the part would cost because we think we know what's going on. And it's like $1,200, but then, like, labor is usually double that. You know?
Yeah.
It's stupid. But then, like you said, like, that came up with with having to go to the hospital. The same exact thing kind of happened. Jay's family's from New York, and we had no plans to go there this year, really. We just didn't. We were planning on taking our trip, which we also canceled. But his mom's, like, life partner, they've been together for like over 10 years now. He suddenly passed away. No. And it was like so unexpected. And he was like, I should just go. And he ended up booking like a last minute ticket to go out there. And he just got back a couple days ago. But, like, we weren't expecting that. So that was like a few $100. Plus, being in New York is just not cheap. Like, eating, cabs, it's ridiculous, actually.
Yeah.
So it was just like, it worked out, you know, like, we'll end up doing something, but, like, you and Dan probably will end up doing something, but we're not going to like probably fly anywhere. We're not going to go anywhere that's, like, out of the country, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if we're even going to end up doing anything, to be honest with you. Because, and, like, it sucks so much because we love to travel. We, like, every year we take a big trip. We love it. But I don't think it's going to happen this year because even planning something stateside is so expensive. And, like,
it is. Going
somewhere as simple as Lake Geneva in Wisconsin is going to be like a couple grand, like at least $1,000 to $2,000. Yeah. And I'm like, for like 5 days. And I'm just like, you know, we still have to buy so much stuff for the baby. It just sucks that, like, I don't know. This is a first world problem, obviously. Like, oh, we have to buy stuff for our baby that we chose to have, and we can't go on vacation. Like, I know I sound annoying, but
no, yeah. I mean,
we really just wanted to like have a few days to just go away, and it's just not going to happen. I don't think it will, and I am really sad about it. But I mean, we have this trip that we already paid for that we're going to have to take before next May, so.
Yeah.
Depending on the baby, like we'll either bring her with us or we'll toss her off to one of our parents for a week. Yeah. I don't know.
Get her off the tit and get out of here.
Get her off the tit.
Yeah. It's like if she's on the tit, she's coming with us. Sorry, I got a tit baby. Got to take care of my tit baby. But yeah, then that's like uncomfortable because it's super like we don't know what we don't even know what we are going to be like as people in July. Yeah. Like, how can I plan a trip in next May? Like, I don't know.
I know. Me and Jay were sitting down yesterday, and he's bless his heart, he just wants to plan for the future all the time, and I'm just like, I don't know how we're supposed to do this. Like, we can make a plan, okay, for sure. We can put it on paper, we can make a plan, but we have to also know that whole shit could go to hell, and it can completely change because we have children that we don't know where they're going to college. We don't know we don't know where we're gonna be financially in 4 years from now because this economy is ridiculous. Yeah. So it's wild, It's a wild thing. So we've kind of like talked about this trip and canceling it and just being like, we really wanted to do something for our 10-year wedding anniversary, but like we have our health, we have somewhat of a working vehicle, roof over our heads. Like, let's just thank God for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and just be together. Like, even if we stay here, like, let's just spend the whole day together and appreciate each other or some shit, Yeah,
totally. I'm having to shift my mind to be more like that right now, and it sucks. Mm-hmm. It makes me sad, but it is what is smart and like what is like wise, because
it's adulting.
And I'm also being confronted with my expensive taste as far as baby stuff goes, which is so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, I want the top of the line stroller, I want the top of the line crib, I want the top of the line bouncer, I want this, I want that, and it's like I have to choose because I have reached out to brands and no one has reached back out. So I did try.
Dang it. But you got to get that baby content out there. You got to push that baby content.
I know. It's like, well, you have to like, not for everybody, but you have to almost like exploit your children to get them this.
I know.
And I just don't want to do that. Like, I'll talk about me and my experiences, but like, would I do a great job doing ads for this stroller company? I would do an amazing job. I am their ideal client, but and I don't even have to show my baby in order to really talk about them. But they're not interested because I don't have like 500,000 subscribers. Yeah. So and then I wouldn't even talk about YouTube. Like, we can't even get into YouTube because YouTube has been so frustrating and like well, you want to talk about money anxiety? Let's talk. Like, let's not even. I can't even vocalize it because it's too stressful for me to even think about. Like,
there's so many creators that are talking about it right now, though. Yeah. Like, I heard somebody that has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube talk about how she made a couple $100 last month, and I was like, okay, moving along. Like, what else am I gonna do? Because that blows my mind. I mean, she could have been embellishing and like lying a little bit, but
maybe a couple hundred to her is like 800, but that's not even that's like for over 1 million, that's literally nothing. That's nothing. It's I think that the influencer world and YouTube and social media is shifting like big time right now, and people are over the BS. People want real people. Like, I don't know, they just don't want that anymore, which is fine, but like companies are kind of scrambling and pulling out from influencer marketing, and it kind of sucks. But I mean, I get it. I see it from all sides because I am a consumer of media as well as a creator of media, and so it's hard to know where I kind of feel about it because I want brands to use influencer marketing because that is how I pay my bills.
Right.
But there's a lot of people out there who are like really inauthentic and kind of sell themselves out and then work with shady companies, and then the trust is lost, and then all influencers are like that, and no, they're not, but this, but that, but we all benefit from this system, and it's just hard to...
I know.
I have looked on Indeed a few times.
Stop spiraling.
Have you?
Okay.
You caught me in a spiral. I have looked at Indeed, like private tutoring and like ways. Well, also it's just like I'm having a child. Like I'm stressed. I'm gonna be honest. Like it's stressful. Like how am I gonna provide for my family? Like
well, start sewing those cute ass little dresses and selling those.
There you go.
God, I fucking hate sewing for other people though. I hate it.
Yeah.
That's
I hear that from most people that sew. They're like Natalie. Like I hung out with Natalie last week.
Yeah.
And she started making the little like, this is at natjoy22 on Instagram if you want to see some of her crochet work. Amazing. But she started making them and she was just like, oh my God, it's so much work, you know, like it takes a really long time, and then it's hard to justify the price that you're selling them for, you know. Exactly.
Well, especially in this economy, like if I was to make those baby dresses and sell them, like I would probably charge like $50 or more per dress. And it's like, what parent is going to spend that? What person? People don't understand like the amount of time and effort that goes into making clothes, because like you can go buy a tank top for $3,
which is horrible.
Okay,
I know.
What about little bunnies? I'm just saying, like those are fucking
little
cute.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
I'm just trying to figure out how you can get some passive income here. Okay.
I know. I appreciate it.
Feet finder.
Feed finder. I have some good feet, and Dan and I have talked about this several times. Like I have very beautiful feet. I think I could do well. Besides the fact that my ankles are a little bit chunky, I've got
Kinkle team.
Yeah,
team
I've got some. My muscle mass is in my legs. Let's just be honest.
You got some Lilo and Stitch legs. That's what you got.
Yeah. Anyway. Man, not to stress anybody out about money, but I'm sure we're all feeling a little like most people are like, oh, things are different right now. This is a little bit weird. So
like I catch myself in a spiral quite often like that too. And then I have to like remind myself of the little things that I feel I'm fortunate enough not to have to deal with, like driving to a job every single day, because gas is insane. Like I just don't, I wouldn't be able to be, I wouldn't make it. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. But then like at the same time, like we're talking about it, everybody's going through it, but I don't feel like a lot of people are talking about it. Like talking about like just how much it costs to eat these days.
Yeah.
Like it is so expensive. I don't know how people that are living paycheck to paycheck, which most of us I feel are living paycheck to paycheck, how they're doing it. You know, I don't know.
I went to Jimmy John's. I haven't been to Jimmy John's since I left Illinois. And I was like, you know what? I want some Jimmy John's. It sounds delicious.
It is.
It was $18 for a sandwich, a drink, and a bag of chips. And I was like, what the fuck happened?
Did you get the giant size?
No.
Okay.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Plain Jane, you know, off the menu, and I'm just like $18.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wild. It's peaking back in my day.
I know.
Back in my day.
Yeah, I did a pretty minimal food shop at Aldi a couple days ago. It was $50.
Aldi's where it's at.
And I just got a little. Well, no, I just got a few items of produce, some cereal, and like a couple of snacks.
Cereal is like $7 a box.
Yeah,
People that lived off of cereal because they didn't have enough money need to switch it up now.
I know.
Now you can't afford cereal.
Why is cereal so expensive now? We love cereal.
I don't know.
I'm like, oh, we're going back to eggs. Like, geez.
If you can find them.
If you can find them.
This shit does really piss me off though, because I feel like these companies charged more because there was possibly a supply chain issue. I just hear that all the time, and it drives me nuts.
And they just didn't change their prices back.
And then people were buying it.
Yeah.
And now there's not an issue, and they're like, well, why do we want to lower it? Because they were already buying it at this price, so let's just keep getting richer.
Yep. I was talking to somebody about that regarding, I don't remember. Oh, it was regarding wood, I think, or some, but I don't remember. But it's the same thing, like building materials. The cost of houses. Yeah. He was saying like during, the quote unquote wood shortage, it wasn't actually a shortage, but it was conflated. Apparently, I wasn't super into the wood shortage lore, but anyway, that's what I've heard, that it wasn't actually. Okay, anyway, point is.
It wasn't a shortage of wood.
Yeah, he said that, like, obviously they spiked the prices because there was that shortage, but then they just never came down once the wood prices came down. Because why?
Yeah.
Because when they built those houses, it cost that much in materials, and those houses are now, like, obviously being sold. So they're like, no, we're still going to sell this house for $300,000, even though it is really only worth like $200 right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yes. We really went down. We went down a hole there at the end.
Wait, we have a hard stop in 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, this is definitely just going to be a chatty episode.
That's what I was going to say. I think we might. I know Becca doesn't like that because
it's fine. We didn't do an episode last week. Come on. Spring
business
break.
Is some people don't like the charity episodes, but listen, if you do, you're welcome. Okay. Cause this is going to be a whole charity. We're going to misjudge. We're going to talk about some misjudged plans next week though, folks. Like we promised, we're going to get that shit done.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like this was my fault primarily for going on to my money rant. I'm sorry I derailed us.
Bro, no, it was not your fault at all, because my catch-up was like 40 minutes. So like even after my catch-up, I was like, I don't think we're going to get to the topic. But none of us were saying it. We were all just kind of like looking at the time.
We haven't talked in 3 weeks, you guys. This is what happens. I literally texted them this morning and we were going to try to record 2 episodes today. And I was like, okay, realistically, Becca's like, I don't think that's going to happen because we haven't talked in 3 weeks and we have a time crunch here.
No, even when we talk weekly, we can't do that. Like,
I know.
We are just not made for that. Like, I feel like we almost need to like record our chatty section and then record the topic a different day. So we're only talking about the topic today, and then you just splice it together. But that's a lot. Then we'd have to meet twice.
That's part of our charm, though. People like it. And if you're here to this point of this episode, you like it, and we like you.
We do.
Then that means you like it. So
you like us.
You like it.
Okay. Well, we have 10 minutes. So I thought, since I didn't do much of a catch up, can we talk about like stuff that we're watching right now? Are you guys watching anything new?
Ooh. Well, Love is Blind.
Yeah, I was going to say, Becca, let's hear about it.
Okay. Well,
you were victim to the Love is Blind server outage.
Yeah. And I was so mad because I thought it was my internet. Like I saw some TikToks of people being dramatic about how their wives were reacting. But I was like, ooh, that was actually my reaction. Because like it wasn't working. And I was like, Danielle, the internet. Like I had to freak out. I was like, I've been waiting all day for this. Like I was almost in tears, and this probably is also pregnancy hormones. So he's like resetting the internet. He's like running around the house like it's on fire, and I'm just like steaming on the couch.
Trying not to pop his stitches from his appendicitis.
Literally. Yeah. So okay. Well, basically, my thoughts on the entire season is Love is Blind season 1 was the best season that they've ever had, and ever since then it's all like it's just not very great. But I also watch it. Like when I found out they were doing a live reunion, I was like, okay, I'll watch this season because I love a reunion show. Yeah. I love a reunion show. Yes. If you watch like 90 Day Fiance, like the reunion shows are always the best. Like the drama, it's amazing. So yeah, that was my main motivation for even watching the show this season was because of the live reunion, and then it didn't work. But my number 1 favorite couple is Bliss and Zach. They are beautiful, and their story is great. Like, I don't know. I love them. Obviously, spoilers. And obviously, Tiffany and Brett are like the it couple of the season. So like, obviously them, but I really love Zach and bliss. And I've seen a bunch of like analyses on them on TikTok and stuff. And a bunch of people are saying like they're probably both neurodivergent. And I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense for both of them. And I was like, that's why maybe I connect with them, because as you know, as we have discussed, I'm like very certain that I have ADHD. I'm getting evaluated next month or in June.
I feel like you've been waiting for that appointment for a year.
Yeah, it was 6 months out. I had to book it. But
Dang.
yeah, it was just really interesting. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's so many like people who are neurodivergent on these shows and they don't know. And it's just interesting, like relating to them. Like those are the people that I relate to, or the people that I liked the most. It's interesting. Also, there was lots of mean girl behavior on this season, which I don't love. Like, I feel like I'm a girl's girl through and through. But this was the first time I've watched a reality show and been like, the girls suck. Like, they did not do a good job on picking like well-rounded women. I feel like they were going for like drama. And
I hate mean girl energy.
Yeah, it was
It's
like
so ick.
It was very mean girl energy. Like, let's laugh at people. Let's make fun of people. Like, it's just like not cute. Like, it's just really mean and it's just not fun to watch. And like, I don't like that at all. So
Yeah.
I really didn't like that element of the show, but it did bring the drama, which I think is what they were going for, because they're kind of straying away from like, let's find love. Let's just create drama. And they did
Drama
that.
equals views.
That's how it is. So I have not watched Love is Blind. I have never seen it. It seems like the kind of show I would like, but I am on Love is Blind TikTok because I know about this lady named Irina who told this guy that he looked like a cartoon character, which seemed really mean.
Yes, that's Zach, my favorite guy.
Okay.
Because he
And
was making eye contact with her. He wasn't breaking eye contact. And she was like really weirded out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like
And
why
then
she said
girl.
that.
TikTok hated her. TikTok hates her.
Yes.
She's a mean girl.
100%.
And then everyone talking about Vanessa Lachey and how like a wackadoodle she was during the reunion.
It was bad. And you know what was so uncomfortable? She kept bringing up babies. Like, she kept asking them when they're going to have kids, which was, it's so insensitive. Like, I feel like nowadays, like
Oh, was she the host?
yeah.
Her and Nick.
There's like a petition to make them not the hosts anymore because it was that bad.
I've never liked him ever since I listened to Jessica Simpson's audiobook. I just got to be honest. And I keep seeing
Nick
clips.
Lachey?
I keep
was
seeing
the
clips
host?
of
Yeah.
Newlyweds when it was on TikTok.
too.
I don't know why, but Jessica
too.
Simpson is all over my TikTok now. And I don't know what
It's
is
because
happening in
of
the
this.
world. Is it? But
Yes.
And it paints him in the awful light. And I'm like, oh, why didn't I see that when I watched the show? Because I didn't see it when I watched
Yeah.
the show. And I'm like, he is an asshole.
Yeah.
He's a jerk.
So,
You're right.
sorry.
I've been getting Newlyweds TikToks too, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I think it's because
2003 again? Like, what the hell happened?
I know.
It's literally because of Love is Blind. I guarantee you, because everyone's going back and
Probably.
being like, this is his karma for what he did to Jessica to be married to
Yeah.
this woman now, which
Oh
I
my
think is
God.
kind of mean, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam, what are you watching?
Not really anything. I watched all of Beef. Loved it.
Oh, was it good? I saw.
Yes.
I think I want to give it a go.
I love Ali Wong so much.
Yeah.
On the plane ride home, I watched all of Transatlantic, which I also really loved on Netflix. It's about.
Okay.
I think it's based on a true story, but it's about these group of people who were working to get the great minds out of Nazi Germany and over safe. So like artists, authors.
It's like documentary style, right?
No, Transatlantic. It's definitely like a sitcom.
Oh, scripted show.
Yeah, it's a scripted show.
okay,
It's got like some big names in it, but yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Oh,
Isn't Anna Taylor-Joy in it?
No, the girl from why can't I think of her name? Gillian. She was in Community.
Oh.
Jillian something. She was also in Sex Ed and not Sex Ed. Anyway, you would know her once you saw her, but no, it wasn't Anna Taylor-Joy. Oh no, she is in it. Never mind.
Yeah, I thought she was. She's also in the new
Yes.
Mario movie, which was really good. Just going to say that.
I liked it too.
Mia saw it. I didn't see it yet.
People are dumping on it, but I was like, just enjoy it for what it is. Like,
my God.
it's not
I
going to
heard
win an
great
Oscar.
things.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I was like laughing out loudly in the theater. And Dan was like, Becca, it's funny. This is good.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Oh my God. If I hear that song one more time, Mia saw it with her boyfriend.
I knew that Jack would put some sort of like musical twist. Like I just love, like when I saw that, I lost it.
Oh my gosh. So good. Okay, Nicole, real quick. I hate to be rushy at the end, but what have you been watching?
No. I'm only watching one thing. So I'm watching Truth Be Told on Apple TV with Octavia Spencer, who is, oh my God, I love her so much. Mekhi Phifer's in it too, which I love him. He's a great actor. But every season is something different. And it's funny because she's the host of a podcast and it's like a murder mystery thing. So like every season is like a new murder mystery. And I just finished season 2 and Kate Hudson was like one of the main characters. Love her too. But it's just a great show because Octavia Spencer is just amazing. But like it's a really well-written show. And it's fun because she's the host of a podcast. And it's kind of cool to see like how she does her podcast because it's just her. And she's like solving a murder as the episodes go on. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of like inspiring. Not to say that I would ever do something like this, but like if I ever wanted to start a podcast, I feel like it would be based around like some type of murder something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
if you were to ever start a podcast as you're talking on your podcast.
Right.
This isn't a podcast. This is friends.
One by myself, I mean.
Yeah.
But like it's cool because like she's a known podcaster. She has a script, she's reading, she has this whole recording studio. She's got an editor sitting next to her. And I was just like, so this is how the big boys do it, huh? One day. Yeah. But yeah, it's a cool show. Like if you like Octavia Spencer, it's
Truth Be Told.
a go.
Truth Be Told.
Truth Be Told. Yeah.
Also, did you see that HBO Max is lumping in Discovery Plus and yeah, so like if you pay for Discovery Plus and HBO, you don't have to anymore.
That's great.
We share our HBO Max with Jay's brother.
Well, then you should stop paying for Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a pro tip out there for you
okay.
people.
Huh. I'll have to tell my HBO Max hookup about that.
Yeah.
I think one of you is my Discovery Plus hookup.
Nicole.
I am. Yeah.
It's Nicole.
Adam still hasn't set up a profile, but Becca's got her profile.
You guys, if you give me access to a streaming service, I'm gonna use it. Like I use Adam's Peacock, like, or maybe it's Nicole's Peacock. I don't remember.
You use my Peacock. I use Adam's Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. That's what I have from Adam. Yeah, I use it. Like I am watching shows. I'm like, let's hope I never get logged out because I'm gonna feel like a freeloader being like, hey, can I get your login again?
No, that's why it's there.
Oh, don't ever feel bad for
I have like
me.
searched our texts a few times because like I wanted to log in on my computer and I was like, I don't want to be that guy. So I'll like search our text like Discovery Plus and then I find it and I'm like, yes.
Here's a pro tip for you Apple users. Just screenshot the photo of the text and then put in a caption Paramount Plus login. And then when in your gallery, you can search and you can just type in Paramount Plus and it'll bring it right up. I did that with my eyeglass prescription because I'm like, I'm not going to keep this with me all the time. So I took a photo of it and then I just captioned it prescription. So now I just search for prescription and it just shows me that photo.
Incredible.
Boom.
All right, guys.
Work smarter, not harder.
I hate to end this so abruptly, but one of us has to get to a meeting. So thank you so much for joining us in today's podcast. Leave us a review. Give us 5 stars only. If you're thinking about less, don't do that. And also,
don't do that.
If you'd like to follow us over on Potted Together, we'll be talking about today's episode and the shenanigans of it all over on Instagram. So that's at Potted Together. And then you can also follow us individually. Becca's at De La Plants. Adam is at Not Dude, KNOT. And I am at My Clean Leaves. And we have merch too. So go ahead over to our website and check that out if you want to. Okay. Thanks, guys. And we'll see you next week. Bye.